Anybody starting, or we?
We're just going to stare at you.
I was going to say, I thought that's my better side and all. But
pretty spirited out there today. What'd you think?
Yeah, we did. We challenged them. This is one of the big shots for us this end of spring. It's not the end, but I mean the really the last shot for offense versus defense, and what we kind of say to win the jerseys. So to wear the black jerseys all the rest of the year, obviously until fall camp, the offense won. And we try to challenge them in those ways and put them against each other, and we let the emotions, the energy fly. And I thought we did a great job of that.
This is where you guys obviously want to make a name for yourself in Nippert Stadium. Being in here today and just kind of knowing that spring game's coming, are you able to envision kind of what this is going to be like for you?
To be honest, this is the first time I've been in here. I'm talking about ever, really. I mean, I've probably walked around it obviously a million times since I've been here, but I've never actually been down the field, never had a practice here, never played a game here, whether it was high school or college. So this was every bit as much for me as for them. But I want to give them the opportunity, to be able to be on their field, to understand if we're going to challenge and we're going to battle for something, we're going to battle for right in the locker room to wear the black jerseys, then we got to do it on our field.
Did you envision what it'll be like when it's packed September?
I did. I took a little time there in the pre-practice to obviously look around the surroundings, get a good feel for things like that. Beautiful. Actually, beautiful day, beautiful everything. Obviously, we had a bad break there with the guy getting hurt, with Niehaus getting hurt and all, but you got to be able to play through some of those things. And our guys will learn a lot. You see how guys kind of come together and their care and their love for one another when situations like that happen, to continue to go and battle. And things like that are going to happen this season. And everything we do is going to be a challenge.
You get a real sense of the energy just being in here. Is it where you want it to be yet? How close are you to getting to it?
It is. I thought we took a big step today in having that energy, but not losing our focus and losing our minds sometimes. If you were there a couple days, we lost it a little bit, and that energy boils over, and then all of a sudden, it turns into swings and fights and things, and that's not how you play the game. We try to tell them all the time, that's not the definition of toughness. Somebody that can take a swing at somebody. Toughness is the ability to be able to walk away from it. Toughness is the ability to be able to come back snap after snap, down after down, and do the things you need to do. So we took a big step there to have that energy, to have that emotion, but not let it overtake us.
It's fun to watch Al Washington coach. His enthusiasm. What are your early impressions of him?
He's done a great job. I mean, and I've challenged him several times with that group that he's got. I think there's definitely some talent in that group, and they got numbers, to be honest with you. And I think we could play 9 guys up front. Not one guy's got to play 70 snaps, but if we can get 8, 9 guys that can play 35, 40 snaps, 4 to 6, A to B, with the incredible energy, I think we got an opportunity to be really, really good.
Kevin Muhan's one of those guys. You dabbled with him at linebacker a little bit early in camp. Where did things stand?
We did. I think he put him back to his home. Some of our third down stuff give him the ability to be able to stand up and do some of those things. So he still has the ability to show some of the things he can do. But I think he's most natural with his hand on the ground going forward. And after a week, I kind of sat down and talked with him, and I told him I felt like he was one of our best 11 guys on the team. That brings the things that we want, the effort and the energy, and we want to put him in a position where I think he can be most successful.
How's Avery Johnson?
Avery's still bad. It's the new offense and some new things make it more difficult at times. But he's continued to have a good attitude. He's continued to work at the thing, and he's got one more week to really buckle down, grind through it, and show us what he can do.
That third wide receiver spot with Avery, also Geddes and Paul, looks like. Are you getting a feel for who you like there? Or you still
We are. The tough thing to do is to evaluate guys either when they're a little bit dinged up or when they don't know what they're doing. And obviously that's on us as coaches, to put them out there today, especially in a situation where we didn't want them to have to overthink things. We want to simplify to see what guys can really come in here and just go out there and play. And at that position sometimes, with the splits moving around and things like that, that it puts some things on their plate that, some of those guys unfortunately don't have the opportunity to let loose. So the younger they are, the little bit rawer they are, I think it shows up a little bit too much in these situations like this.
You've got 2 true freshmen who are here for spring. How important is that for those guys to get in here?
It's a huge opportunity, not just for them but for us. It's tough sometimes when you're a lineman, especially when you come in as a lineman like Cody Lamb and who's it? Cody and
Jalen Green.
Jalen. So Jalen's got a little bit better situation to be able to do it as a running back. Athletes and guys. Cody, it's really tough. The speed of the game, the size of the guys, the strength of the guys, and then a completely new system. But he's had an opportunity to get reps. It's going to benefit him incredibly, not just football-wise, but when these young guys come in, he'll be a guy that can be a leader because he's been around. He knows the campus. He knows a lot of the ins and outs. He knows what the culture that we want to be and what we're trying to be and how it is, and he can be a great leader for those guys.
Do you talk to those guys during recruiting about the importance of getting in here early if they can do it?
We do. It's not for everybody. Again, selfishly speaking, we'd love to have them in here early. But it's not for everybody.
Because?
It's just, there's some situations that, a guy's not quite ready. And why bring yourself here when you're really in your mind and your heart, you're not really ready to do it. So there's a lot of situations schools-wise that they can't do it. Obviously, the private schools, there's not much of a chance that they'll ever get out early. And I don't think you have to. Obviously, it's a benefit to us. But with what they're allowing you to do in the summers now to actually work with the guys, you don't have to hands off and not be able to do anything. We can get them up to speed and get them in a situation where I think they can come in and compete right away.
So do you decide who you think can do that? Or?
No. If he really wants to do it and the family wants to do it and they're prepared to do it, we love that. Again, it's an incredible benefit to us. Not just to get them in spring ball to get them acclimated, but then when those other guys come in, now you got leaders around them that understand what the tempo is, they understand what the expectations are off of campus, on campus, and everything we do.
Jalen Green looked pretty good just a little bit that I saw him at Elder. How's he performing?
He's still. Again, I think young guys at that position can come in. There's not as much on the plate of a running back. Athlete guys can kind of step in, and hopefully they can show their athleticism a little bit more. Give them the ball, you can see some things that they do. He's done a better job. He's continuing to go. He's okay with the ball in his hand. It's when the ball's not in his hand that those young guys they got to learn that there's a lot more to the game than just when you have the ball in your hand.
This weekend, you had a lot of former players on campus. What was that like for you to get to know some of the former guys?
I wish I had more time. I wish it was a spring game weekend where you actually had some time that you could sit down and, where they were in there early. I actually had some things. The golf outing was an unbelievable turnout, yesterday. But I actually had to bolt out because I had to drive back to Columbus for my son's confirmation last night. So I didn't get to actually go to the dinner and spend some quality time with those guys. And obviously they understand and things like that. But then the captain's breakfast this morning was something that Mark D'Antonio had told me about when I took the job here, about how special it was and just the opportunity to see those guys, meet those guys, and to hear their stories. And he was right. It was definitely a great morning for that. I wish I had more time to be able to spend with those guys. But on top of things, we had to get ready to get out here as well.
We're good?